Gopacharam Gopangananam Chadukulacharam. Okay, Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I welcome you all to today, chapter number 7. So we have finished uh, the first section, the first 6 chapters. Now we are in second portion. That is the Bhakti Yoga chapters. Okay, so these Bhakti Yoga chapters are very nice. Okay, and after Bhakti Yoga chapters, yeah, Krishna describes so much about the Bhakti that after Bhakti Yoga chapters, like you will be like, wow, how nice these chapters are. How nicely Krishna is describing about about the devotional services. Okay, about how Krishna reciprocates to the devotee. Actually, very nice. Okay, so let's start the first chapter of the Gyan Yoga, the Bhakti Yoga chapters. That is Gyan Vigyan Yoga. Okay, knowledge of the absolute. So we'll start with Mangalacharan. Om Agyana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manoabhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutpadikamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamcha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadavaitam Savadutam Parijan Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Cha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyat Deshitarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. So the teachings is based on the teachings of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He is founder Acharya of ISKCON, and we pay our humble obeisances and to His lotus feet, and we beg for His mercy so that His teachings we can apply in our life. So the first thing is the summary. So let's summarize what we have learned. First chapter, faith is important, observing the army by the Arjuna, Duryodhana, and Dhritarashtra. Then 5 reasons for not fighting. Second chapter, the summary of Bhagavad Gita, importance of Guru and 3 phases of realization of absolute truth. Krishna is giving the knowledge about the body and soul and 2 dharma related to body and soul. And lastly, the Atma Ram part. Third chapter, Karma Yoga, we have seen action and renunciation, which is better. Action is better. Then we have seen the Yoga ladder. Fourth chapter, the transcendental knowledge. We have seen the transcendental knowledge, about glorification, about transcendental knowledge. Then process of attaining the transcendental knowledge. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena seveya. Fifth chapter, Karma Sannyas Yoga. Which one is better? Action is better or renunciation is better? Krishna says work and devotion is better. Just like the Padma Patra example Krishna was giving, just like Padma Patra is not attached to the water, even it is in the water. Okay, the action Krishna conscious. Lastly, we have seen the peace formula and the equal vision. So that was the 5th chapter. 6th chapter, we have seen mind is our friend or enemy. Mind is our both. It can be enemy as well as it can be friend. If you control the mind, mind is greatest friend. If you are not able to control the mind, mind is greatest enemy. Second, we have seen the 8 limbs of Ashtanga Yoga. Okay, Yam, Niyam, Pranayam, Asan, Pratyahar, Dhyan, Dharana, and Samadhi. These are 8 limbs of Ashtanga Yoga we have seen in detail. Then, success or failure. If a person fails after performing the yoga, so Arjuna was saying that I won't be able to perform this yoga system. Okay, then Krishna says it is because it is very difficult to control the mind. Krishna says mind can be controlled by 2 formula. What were the 2 formula? The 2 formula were suitable practice, abhyas, and vairagya, detachment. So vairagya and suitable the abhyas and vairagya. These are the 2 processes to control the mind. Okay, and then we have seen that if a person fails in the yoga, what happens to him? If fails after short practice, he will go to the higher planet, will come back again to this material world again. He will take birth among the rich aristocratic family or pious people family, and he will start their journey from there. If he fails after long practice, then he will take birth among the family of devotees and he will start the devotional services, devotional life from there. Okay, success or failure. And lastly, we have seen Krishna describe that who is the greatest yogi, the yogi who is engaged in loving devotional service of the Lord is the greatest of all the yogi. Okay, then this was the last sloka, and from next sloka, Krishna is starting the Bhakti Yoga chapter. Okay, then we have seen about the chanting process. We have seen one of the sloka of Sikshashtakam. So many things we have seen. Okay, so now we are going to see chapter number 7 today, the first chapter of Bhakti Yoga, knowledge of the absolute, Gyan Vigyan Yoga. Gyan means the theoretical knowledge. Vigyan means the applied knowledge. Okay. Theoretical knowledge, the Gyan, Vigyan means applied knowledge. Yoga means already you know to connect with the Supreme. Okay. So that is the Gyan Vigyan Yoga chapter, knowledge of the absolute. Now, what we are going to see today, the mnemonic is head. H-E-A-D, simple mnemonic, head. So we'll start with hearing from him. So this chapter, today's chapter, little bit more slokas will be there, but many concepts will be there. Okay. So we'll start with hearing from him. Okay. Hearing from what is the importance of him, why we should hear from him, that we are going to see first, and then we'll see hearing from him. Then we'll see Krishna describes that he is everywhere, how he is everywhere, and how we can utilize that concept in our life. We'll see that. Okay. Then we'll see accept or reject. Some people will be accepting Krishna, some people will be rejecting Krishna. So who are those people? We are going to see. And lastly, we'll see the demigod worshippers. Okay. So 3 slides were there in the demigod worshipper, how Krishna helps in demigod worships. Okay. That we also going to see today in the last part. So head. Okay. So let's start with the first part, that is hearing from him. This is the first sloka. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha 7.1. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Shaktamanah Partha Yogam Yunjam Madashrayah Ashamshayam Samagrammam Yatha Atagyashashi Takshinu. Okay. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, now here. Takshinu means now here. O son of Pritha, how by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full and free from doubt. Basically, Krishna is saying that he is going to describe, now listen, how you can perform this Bhakti Yoga, that Krishna is going to describe. So basically, Krishna is meaning that now listen how you can perform this Bhakti Yoga. Okay. So that Krishna is going to describe. So what is the meaning of this now here? What is the importance of this now here? Let's try to understand that fact. Takshinu. Important word is Takshinu. Now here. So let's see what is the importance of this word Takshinu. So actually, if you want to understand God, understanding God, if you want to understand God, there are 3 processes are there. Okay. Or there are 3 ways to acquire knowledge. Whenever we want to acquire knowledge, there are 3 ways. So what are those 3 ways? Let's try to understand. First is the Prataksha Praman. Means direct sense perception. So we have 5 senses: eyes, nose, ear, tongue, skin. Okay. So with these, we acquire information from the environment. With eyes, we are seeing something. With ear, we are hearing something. With nose, we are smelling something. With tongue, we are tasting something. With skin, we are touching something. Okay. So acquire knowledge from the environment. But is it a perfect way of acquiring the knowledge? Can we understand God with this knowledge? Difficult. Why? Let's see the example here. The example is in front of you. Okay. Testing for your eyes. Actually, what do you think? These lines are parallel or something zigzag? Parallel or non-parallel? Actually, all lines are parallel. Okay. But these little bit blocks are there, which is making us think that they are not parallel. Okay. Non-parallel. So actually, these lines are parallel, but our eyes are not able to see that this is parallel. Okay. This is called optical illusion. It can be deceived. Our eyes can be deceived. Our senses can be deceived. We cannot see the things which is very small. We cannot see the bacteria. If we can see, why we need microscope? We cannot see after certain wavelength of light. Only visible length of light we can see. After that, we cannot see infrared ray, the ultraviolet light. These lights we cannot see. We cannot see the certain things which are beyond after a certain distance. We cannot see the big planets outside in the universe. We need telescope for that. Okay, so our senses are limited. Similarly, every sense is limited, like hearing. We cannot hear up to after certain decibels. We cannot hear even like other animals are also they speak with low decibels like that. These the discoveries like that. They means they communicate. Okay, we cannot hear that. So our ear is also not perfect. So similarly, our senses, any sense you take, that is not perfect. So we cannot acquire knowledge about God. Okay. So with this type of eyes, we cannot see Krishna. Can we acquire knowledge about Krishna with this eyes? No. Answer is no. Our senses are not perfect. Second way of acquiring knowledge is Anuman Praman. His theory is based on the evidence. From where the evidence is coming? The evidence is coming from direct sense perception only. So with the direct sense perception, we are making new theories. And if direct sense perception is only not perfect, how can we theory be perfect? Okay. So whatever theory we are also making, that is also not perfect. So this is also not a perfect way of acquiring the knowledge. So first is not the perfect way of acquiring the knowledge. Second is not a perfect way of acquiring the knowledge. Now comes the third. Third is called Shabda Praman. Shabda Praman means from a bona fide authority, the authority, a person who is authoritative in that. Okay, if you want to learn physics, if H.C. Verma is saying something, okay, you can accept that. Bona fide, he is bona fide for that. Okay, so this universe is made by Krishna, and when Krishna is saying something about this universe, Krishna is saying something about us, Krishna is saying something about other things, then that is the perfect way. Krishna is the bona fide authority for that knowledge. Okay, so that is called Shabda Praman, hearing from a bona fide authority. A person who is bona fide, a person who is perfect in that knowledge. If that person is giving that knowledge, we can take this knowledge as perfect. Okay, so to understand God, we can take the help of the Shabda Praman. Scriptures. Scriptures are the voice of Lord. Okay, so whatever is written in the scripture, that is true. Okay, and we take that is the hearing from the bona fide authority. Okay, that is the perfect source of knowledge. Okay, so let's take the example to understand this Prataksha Praman. Okay, so this Prataksha Praman is there. Prataksha Praman and theories based on the evidences. Let's see. This is the example we have learned when we are very small child. Okay, 6 blind men and an elephant. So these men are blind and they are touching the elephant and they are trying to understand how the elephant looks like. So this person is thinking that elephant looks like an axe. This person is thinking like elephant looks like a arrow. This person who is touching the trunk thinks like the elephant is like a snake. This person who is here, he is thinking like the elephant is like a wall. This person who is touching the legs is thinking that elephant is like a tree. This person is thinking like elephant is like a rope. Prataksha Praman, direction is perception. Everyone is thinking differently. How we can understood that how elephant look like. Okay, so we'll take a perfect source, a person who is actually seeing the elephant. Actually, who is seeing the elephant, we can take the example of that. The elephant looks like elephant, something different. Shabda Praman, the perfect source. Okay, so if we believe on our senses, we cannot. The many theories, many things. If you see the science, okay, many theories will be there, and daily the theories will be changing. Daily, how it is? How can be truth change daily? If it is the truth, how can it change daily? It cannot change. Truth means it cannot change. It is not changing. Okay, it cannot change. Truth means truth. It cannot change. But you see the science, it is changing daily. Why? Because this is based on the directions perception. Okay, that's why it is changing daily. It is not a perfect way of acquiring the knowledge. Okay, so with scientific instruments, scientific things, we cannot understand Lord. Okay, like that. Why our senses are not perfect? Because as a conditioned soul, we have 4 defects. 4 defects we have. Every conditioned soul, every soul which is conditioned in this material body will have 4 defects. What are these 4 defects? First is to commit mistakes. We have a tendency to commit mistake. Even the greatest of great persons will commit mistake. Even Mahatma Gandhi is said to be a great person. He committed many mistakes. Even whatever leaders you take world history, they commit mistake. Finally, it is being said that to commit mistake is humanness. To error is human. Okay, like that. So to commit mistake, this is one of the defect, to commit mistake. Okay. Why we commit mistake? Because our senses can be illusion. You see the optical illusion. Our senses can be illusion, as well as we have the senses are imperfect. Our senses are imperfect. It can be illusion. Okay. Like sun we are seeing from the childhood. Daily morning we are seeing the sun. Oh, sun has arisen. That means it is the day. Daily we are seeing the sun. And when we see the sun, we think that sun is a small ball. But actually, sun is way, 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 way bigger than the earth. But with our senses, we think the sun is very small. Okay. Imperfect senses, it can be illusion. Daily we are seeing, but we are not able to understand. It can be illusion, imperfect senses. And when these things are there, we commit mistakes. And when we commit mistake, we try to hide it. That's why we have the cheating propensity to cheat others. Okay, we tend to cheat others. We may be, whatever we are, we don't show to others. Our actual nature, we don't show to others. We try to hide it. We try to put some makeup. What we are actually, we don't want to show. Cheat others. This is called cheating tendency. We tend to cheat others. Okay. What we are actually, we may be fool number one, but we may be showing other person. I know very much. Okay. Cheating tendency. Every person has a cheating tendency. So these are the 4 defects every person has. That's why whatever knowledge we have, that will also have the defect. Whatever scientific knowledge, even the scientific knowledge we have, that also will have 4 defects, because this is made by the scientists only. Okay. And scientists are the conditioned soul, which have 4 defects. They tend to commit mistake. They can be illusioned. They have imperfect senses, and they have the tendency to cheat others. Okay. So how to gain the perfect knowledge then? So if everything is based on the senses only, then how to gain the perfect knowledge? Shabda Praman, Takshinu, hear from me. Krishna is saying, hear from me. That is the perfect source. Okay. So Krishna says 7.2, Jnanam te aham savijnanam. So Jnana and Vijnana, both knowledge I'll give you. Okay. Jnanam te aham savijnanam. Idam vakshyami asheshataha yadgatva neha bhuyo anyat Gyatvayam avashishyate. If you have this knowledge, there is nothing left. Avashishyate. There is nothing left to be known. There is nothing shesh remain to know. If you have this Gyan, if you have this Vigyan, I shall now declare to you in full this knowledge, both phenomenal and numinous, that is Gyan and Vigyan. Being known, this being known, nothing further shall remain for you to know. If you have this knowledge, no final knowledge, nothing you need to know more. Final knowledge. Okay. So many knowledge we may have. Daily we are reading newspaper. 100 pages will be there, but only 1 or 2 lines will be like worthy. Okay. Other things are like just like written. Okay, like that. So whatever knowledge also is there in this material world, the final knowledge, the ultimate knowledge is the knowledge which Krishna is going to give in the 7th to 12th chapter. If you know this knowledge, if you have this knowledge, you don't need to know other knowledges. You don't need to know other things. Just have this knowledge, that is enough. Okay. So further, nothing further shall remains for you to know. The perfect knowledge I am going to give you. Okay. Now Krishna is going to explain those perfect knowledge in this following the chapters. 7.3. Manusyanam shahashetu kaschidyatati siddhaye yatadamapi siddhanam kaschin mambeti tattvataha. This is explaining the nature of human. Manusyanam shahashetu, out of thousands of human. Manusyanam shahashetu, out of thousands of human. Kaschidyatati siddhaye. Some are trying for perfection. What is the perfection of human form of life? What is the ultimate thing we want from the human form of life? What is the last thing, last desire you have with this human form of life? What is the ultimate thing you want from this human form of life? So few people will be working on that direction. Kashchid yatati siddhe. Yatati means endeavoring. Kashchid means only few. So Manusyanam Sahasreshu Kaschid Yatati Siddhe. Out of many thousands of people, only few people will be working for the perfection of this human form of life. We have this human form of life. What we are going to do with this human form of life? How we can utilize this human form of life perfectly? What is the aim of this human form of life? Only some person will be endeavoring for that, not all. So Krishna is saying, Manusyanam Sahasreshu Kaschid Yatati Siddhe. Perfection. Okay. So only few people will be working for the perfection of this human form of life. And then he says, Yatadamapi Siddhanam, those who have attained the perfection. Some have, many people, out of many people, few will be trying to attain perfection. Out of those who have already attained the perfection, Kaschin Mambeti Tatvata, only few will be knowing me in truth. Okay, out of many thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection, and out of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one know in the truth. Okay, so it is not an easy task to know Krishna, not an easy task to know about the siddhi of the life. Every person won't be interested in knowing that. Okay, many you have already experienced. Many people are there in this world. Okay, like a marathon is going on. Okay, all people won't take part in the marathon. Only few people will take part in the marathon. And out of those people who have taken part, only few will be able to complete. Half of them will be, I cannot run full like that. Okay. So out of those who have attended the marathon, only few will be able to finish the marathon. And out of those who have finished, only few people will be there who are actually first, second, and third, like that. Okay. So it is like that. This life is like marathon. Perfection, only few people will be trying. And out of those who have attended the perfection, only few people will be knowing Krishna in truth. Okay. So every person won't be able to understand Krishna. Every people won't be endeavoring to understand Krishna. Okay. So now that was the hearing from him. What is the importance of the hearing from a perfect source? What is the importance of hearing from Krishna directly? That was the thing. Now we are going to see him, how we can see him everywhere. The second part, everywhere. So how can we see and understand Krishna? Again, very important slokas are coming. 7.4, Krishna says, Bhumir apo analo vayuhu khammana buddhir evacha ahankara iti yame binna prakriti ashtada. Krishna is saying binna prakriti. Binna means separated energy. So Krishna is telling about something, separated energy of Krishna. Ashtada, these 8 things are making, Ashta means 8. These 8 things are making my bhinna prakriti or separated energy. What are these 8 things? Krishna says, earth, water, fire, air, ether, and mind, intelligence, and false ego. All together, these 8 constitute my separated material energy. So this material world is made by Krishna's energy. What things are making this material world? These 8 things are making this material world. So whatever things you are seeing in outside environment, material energy of Krishna, everything, whether you are seeing this table, whether you are seeing this computer, whether I'm seeing this microphone, everything is Krishna's energy. This is called separated material energy of Krishna. So these are made of 8 things. What are these 8 things? Krishna says earth, water, fire, air, and ether. So these are called Panch Mahabhut. Okay. Earth, water, fire, air, and ether. These are called Panch Mahabhut. And 3 are mind, intelligence, and false ego. So these 8 things are making the separated material energy of Krishna. Okay. So you take the example of this body. We have this gross body. Gross body is the body which we see in the mirror, which you are seeing my body. This is called gross body, which you can see. Okay. That is called the gross body. Earth, water, fire, air, and ether. So these 5 things are making my gross body. Science can only deal with these gross things. It cannot deal beyond that. Okay. The things which is beyond that, science cannot deal. Like one more body we have, that is called subtle body. Gross body we have, this body which we can see. One more body is there which is called subtle body, mind, intelligence, and false ego. Science cannot deal with these things. Science can only deal with the gross body. Science cannot deal with subtle body. According to science, do we have mind? No. According to science, we have intelligence? No. According to science, we have false ego? No. What is these things? I don't know. I cannot prove yes or no. No, nothing can. These things are beyond scientific. The subtle body is beyond scientific things. Okay. Only thing, gross body. Gross things it can deal. Science can deal with the gross things. Okay. It cannot deal. It doesn't deal. It cannot. Maybe in the future it can deal. But it do not deal with mind, intelligence, false ego, or anything which is beyond the gross body. Okay. So there are actually three bodies. Gross body there, earth, water, fire, ether. Subtle body is there, mind, intelligence, false ego. And third body we have, that is called a spiritual body, that is the soul. Okay. So can science prove that soul is there? Difficult. Subtle body is there? Difficult. Gross body? Yes. Everything he deals with is subtle body, gross body only. Okay. So these are the things. So material energy of Krishna is 8 things. Gross body and subtle body is made of material energy of Krishna, that is separated energy of Krishna. Okay. Beyond that, there is one more energy. Beyond the 8 things, there is one more energy that is called Jiva. The living entity, the soul, the Jiva part. If you see in this figure, Jiva part, this is the another body, which is, so these two, subtle body and gross body, these are the material energy of Krishna. One more body is there, that is called the soul, which Krishna describes in next sloka 7.5. Krishna says, Apareyam itastav anyam prakritim vidime param jiva bhutam mahabaho ya yedam daryate jagat. Apareyam. Apart from that, there is one more body. One more energy. So one is the separated energy. Beyond that, there is one more energy. And he says, beside these, O mighty Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind. Superior energy, which comprises the living entity. So this energy is called living entity, who are exploiting the resources of this material world, inferior nature. Okay. So we have the material energy, which is the separated energy. This material world is the separated material, the energy of Krishna. And in that material world, there is Jiva also. The Atma is there, every living entity which is moving. There is Jiva inside. That Jiva is also Krishna's energy, that is called superior energy of mind. So Jivas are superior energy, and whatever things which are dead, which are not moving, which is in the material nature, that is the separated energy of Krishna. So practically, if you see outside world, everything is Krishna's energy. You don't see anything which is beyond Krishna. Everything you see is Krishna's energy. Okay. So how can we miss Krishna? Like if a child is there, if we see the child, we can remember, this child looks like his parent. Okay. We can remember the parents by looking at the child. If we see the child, like if mother sees the shoes of the child, mother will remember the child. This shoe is my child's shoe. Like that. Okay. We are so much attached to the material things that we only utilize it for material realizations only. But actually, if we see, everything is Krishna's energy. So with everything, we can remember actually Krishna. Yes. Very practical. Okay. Everything is Krishna's energy. We are part and parcel of Krishna. You are part and parcel of Krishna. Everything is part and parcel of Krishna. And our nature is to serve Krishna. Very practical. Okay. So Krishna explains about the energy. So actually everything is Krishna. How we can see him everywhere? Because Krishna is present everywhere in form of his energy. Okay. Again, one more important sloka 7.7. Krishna is saying, Matta parataram nanyat kinchid asti dhananjaya mai sharvam idam proktam sutre manigana iva. He says, O conqueror of wealth, there is no truth superior to me. Very important. There is no truth superior to me. Why Krishna says, if you have this knowledge, there is no need of any other knowledge, because there is no truth superior to me. There is no truth beyond me. If you have the knowledge about me, you don't need to know anything. There is no truth superior to me. Okay. Kanchid matta parataram nanyat Kinshid asti dhananjaya. There is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. Sutre maniganaiva. Like pearls are there. Okay. Pearls are there. They are making a necklace. The pearls are making a necklace. But their most important thing is the thread which is the inside. If you remove the thread, everything is gone. There is no necklace. Pearls are like here and there. So who is keeping the pearls in a thread form? The pearl in the necklace form, the thread, which is not visible to us. The most important thing is the thread. It is not visible to us. So Krishna says, everything rests upon me. Just like the pearls are strong on the thread. Okay. So Krishna is the ultimate, the maintainer thing, like the thread of the pearls. Krishna is maintaining every planet. So many plants are there in this universe beyond our material conception. So many plants are there. How they are maintaining plants are maintaining in the space, how they're moving very correctly, how this Milky Way is moving correctly, how so many universes are moving correctly. We are in the home. We see that sun is rising, sun is setting, okay, correctly. Moon will be rising, moon will be setting. This planet will be moving. Astronomy is based on that. This planet is moving. That planet is moving. That is perfectly. That is mathematics. You can calculate how these plants are moving and how perfectly these things are moving. Okay. If we put our finger on a knife, there will be cut. Perfect. Okay. It is not like that you are putting and you won't get cut. Okay. If you are putting your finger in the electricity board, you will have current. Okay. So how we are seeing here, but these things are prevalent all over the universe. How these things are maintaining? We are seeing just at home. Okay. Full India. Who is maintaining full India? These rules are means all over the India, all over India. These rules is all over the earth, all over the planets, all over the planetary system, all over the Milky Way galaxy, all over other galaxy, all over the whatever universe we know. Everywhere the rules are applicable. Who is maintaining these type of rule everywhere? How these things are being maintained? Which is the essential principle? Who is the person? Who is the mastermind behind that thing? Krishna is the mastermind. Okay. Krishna is the master. We think that we have made a thing, a helicopter we have made, we are very nice. We are scientists, we have made very nice helicopter. Krishna is making a mosquito better than helicopter. It can land from anywhere, it can jump, it can fly from anywhere, it can land anywhere, and it can produce more mosquito. He will it doesn't need like you have to fill the petrol in the mosquito, then mosquito will fly. Mosquito will drink, mosquito will propagate himself. Simple mosquito, simple, small living entities are there. Ants are there. How things are working? Okay, we throw away the things, how the things are getting degraded and getting mixed in the earth. Who is maintaining all these principles? Who is doing all these things? We think this is automatic, but automatic things also need some brain. And whose brain is behind that? Krishna's brain is behind that. So Krishna is saying here that I am the maintainer and essential principle of everything. Okay. Then Krishna says, Raso aham apsu kanteya prabhashmi shashi suryoho pranavah sarva vedeshu shabdake parusham nishu. O son of Kunti, I am the taste of water. Water is also tasted to a thirsty person. Who is the taste of water? Who is giving the taste of water? Who is giving the taste of all those things? Leave the water. Everything has taste. Who is giving the taste? The light of the sun and the moon, the syllable Om in the Vedic mantra. I am the sound in ether and ability in man. Everything in me, Krishna says. Okay. So many things Krishna says, different shloka. From 18 to 11, Krishna says many things. Like, I am the taste of the water. I am the light of the sun and moon. This sun and moon, who is giving the light to them? Without light of the sun, there is no light in the universe. The universe will be blind. We cannot see. Our eyes cannot see anything without the light of the sun and moon. Who is giving the light? So one sun is there who is giving light to everything in our earth. One sun. Okay. So who is the light of that sun? Krishna is saying, I am the light of the sun. Om in the Vedic mantra, the essential principle of Vedic mantra is Om. Krishna is the Om. sound in the ether, ability in the man, our ability. Who is giving us ability? Who is giving us talent? Krishna is giving. Fragrance of the earth, heat of the fire, life of all the living is Krishna. Finance of all the aesthetics, original seed of all the existence is Krishna. Krishna says everything comes from me because I am the original seed of everything. I am the giving the original seed to everything. Intelligence of an intelligent person, we think that we are very much intelligent. Okay. But Krishna is giving, Krishna is representing that intelligence in ours. Okay. Prowess in a powerful man. The power in a powerful man is Krishna. Strength of the strong is Krishna. And sex life, it is also a very important point. Sex life, not contrary to religious principle, is Krishna. We think that spirituality means no sex. Okay. But sex, which is not contrary to religious principle, that is represented by Krishna. Okay. Not contrary to religious principle, sex under marriage life. Okay. So that is also represented by Krishna. Okay. Seeing Krishna everywhere. Know that all state of being, be they in goodness, passion, ignorance, are manifested by my energy. So everything is manifested by my energy. Who is that energy of Krishna in this material world? Maya Devi is the material energy. Maya Devi is the energy of Krishna in this material world. I am in one sense everything, but I am independent. I am not under the modes of material nature, for they, on the contrary, are within me. Krishna is saying, I am not under the modes of material nature, the Satogun, Rajogun, and Tamogun, the Maya. I am not under the Maya. Every living entity is under the Maya, but I am not under the Maya, and Maya is under me. Okay. So here, if you see, here is the living entity, above that is the Maya, and above that is Krishna. Krishna is there, living, Maya is under Krishna, and living entities are under Maya. This is Maya, this is Krishna, this is us. Okay. We have to leave Maya, we have to take shelter of directly Krishna. Okay. Accept or reject. Some people will be able to accept Krishna, some people will be rejecting Krishna. So Krishna is also describing those things. Okay. So Krishna is saying Krishna's magic spell. What is the magic spell of Krishna? This is called Maya. Krishna is explaining about Maya also. That is Maya. Deluded by the three modes. Maya has the three modes. That is called Satogun, Rajogun, and Tamogun. Okay. So deluded by the three modes, goodness, passion, ignorance, the whole world does not know me, who am above the modes and inexhaustible. Whole world cannot know me. Why? Because of my three modes. Maya, they are under Maya. They are deluded under the Maya. Okay. So this I was saying. So this is us. We are working under just like puppet under the hands of the Maya. So Maya has three hands, or the three modes. That is called Satogun, Rajogun, and Tamogun. And according to Satogun, Rajogun, and Tamogun, we are working like puppet. Okay. And you can see the legs of lotus feet of Krishna. Okay. So we are here, Maya is here, Maya is under Krishna. Okay. Krishna's magic spell. That is called Maya. So Maya, how can we overcome this Maya? How can we overcome this illusion? Krishna also says that. He says, Devi hai isha gunamai mama maya durataya mam eva ye prapadante mayam etam tarantite. Devi hai isha gunamai. This Maya is a divine energy. Mama Maya Durate, and it is very difficult to overcome. If you see the Maya, Maya is very strong, and this is also divine energy of Krishna. They are serving Krishna. Maya is serving Krishna. They are working under Krishna. They are serving Krishna. Okay, and Maya's work is to delude us away from Krishna. Okay, so Devi hai Isha Gunamai. This is divine energy of Krishna, and it is very difficult to overcome. Durataya. Very difficult to overcome. But Krishna is giving formula to overcome that Maya also. What is that formula? Take my shelter. If you are taking my shelter, Maya won't do anything to you. Okay? Because Maya is under Krishna. If you take directly shelter of Krishna, Maya won't be doing anything. So it is said, This divine energy of mind, the Maya, consisting of the three modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome. But those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. We can easily cross beyond it because we see in everything Krishna's hand. When we are under Maya, we see everything under our hand. We are the manifest. We are everything. We are everything. But when we have actual knowledge, then we see Krishna's hand in everything, and we take everything as Krishna's mercy. Whatever Krishna gives, accept that. Okay, that is the way the devotee thinks. Okay, 4 kinds of people are there that Krishna is describing, who can take shelter of Krishna and who don't take shelter of Krishna. So Krishna is describing first who do not take shelter. Do not take shelter. Krishna says 7.15. Namam duskrinito mudha prapaddante naradamaha mayaya prihata jnana asurim bhavamashritaha. 4 types of people who do not take shelter are those miscreants who are grossly foolish, who are lowest among the mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partakes of the atheistic nature of demon. Do not surrender unto me. 4 types of people do not surrender. Who are these 4 types of people? First is Mudha. Mudha means foolish, grossly foolish, hardworking ass. Day and night, morning will wake up till 11, 12, morning 5, 6 will wake up till 11, 12, will be working. Why? Because we want to earn money. Why you want to earn money? So that we can have good life. When you have good life, full day you are working. Grossly foolish, hardworking ass, do not have time for self-realization, do not have time to know what is the purpose of this life, do not have time what is the correct way of utilization of this human form of body. That is the first person. They don't have time for self-realization. How can they surrender? Okay. So Mudha, they cannot surrender. Grossly foolish, hardworking ass. Second is Naradama, lowest among the mankind. Dakayat. Okay. They will be killing people. Uncivilized men, considered lowest among the society. How can they surrender? Okay. Maya ya prihita jnana, misled intellectual of the society. Intellectual, they are very intelligent, very, very intelligent. Very, having very high education, very high education. With that high education, all education is about the material things, no spiritual education. All things are material education. And when we have so much material education, what happens to us? We become so much egoistic. Okay. We don't have, so misled intellectual of the society means knowledge is there, intelligence is there, but that intelligence is only limited to the body. No knowledge of the, no intelligence of the spiritual being, spiritual self. Only intelligence limited to the material body. That is called misled intellectual of the society. So big scientists may be there. If they are not spiritual, that they cannot surrender to the Lord. Why? Because so much ego is there. Misled intellectual of society. That is called. Okay. And 4th is Asurim Bhavam Ashrita, the demoniac nature of people. The people who are having demoniac nature. Okay. This will be, you will understand more when we learn the 16th chapter. Demoniac nature people. The people who are atheistic nature, demoniac nature, they also won't be able to surrender to Krishna. Okay. Then Krishna describes 4 types of people who can surrender to Krishna, who will be surrendering to Krishna. Krishna says, Chatur vidabhajante mam jnana janah sukritano arjuna artho jigyasu artharthi jnani cha bharatasava. 4 types of people who will surrender to Krishna. Okay. Who are the 40 people? So best among the Bharat, 4 kinds of pious men begins to render devotion service to me, the distressed, the desire of wealth, the inquisitive, and one who is searching for the knowledge of the absolute. 4 types of people. So who are these 4 types of people? 4 kinds of people who surrender to Krishna. Who are these? First is Artha. Artha means distress. They are in problem. They are in distress. They are in pain. Then they will surrender to Krishna. Second is Artharthi. Desire of wealth. When a person desires of wealth, they will surrender to Krishna. Jigyasu. A person is curious. Who I am? Who is Krishna? Who is the absolute truth? from whom this world is being maintained. What I'm doing here? What is the purpose of this human form of life? Why I'm taking repeated birth and death? Jigyasu. Okay, curious person. They will also surrender to Krishna. And finally, the Jnani, a person who knows this fact that I am here. And Krishna is the supreme person. And we need to surrender to Krishna. Okay. Our ultimate role is to surrender to Krishna. Loving devotional service to Krishna is the ultimate aim. That Jnani person will also surrender to Krishna. Okay. So these are the four things, four people who will surrender to Krishna. But there is one more catch in the slide. The catch is here. Okay. Pious people. Pious people. Okay. If a person is impious, non-pious, a person is not pure, impure, pious people, he is not pious. And he is in distress, what he will do? Oh, come, we'll go to pub, we'll drink alcohol and we'll enjoy. What is this distress? Leave the distress, we'll forget the distress. Okay. Impious people, they will take another way. They won't come to Krishna. So, so the thing is, piety is required. Piousness is required. Okay. Then you will surrender to Krishna. A person who is pious and is having four things, any of the four things, they will surrender to Krishna. Artharthi, a person desire of wealth. If he desires wealth and is impious, will do sinful activity, will kill this person, will kill that person, will go to the billionaire house and will kidnap the son of the billionaire and will ask crores of money. In one day, we'll have crores. Desire of wealth. Impious people. Pious people, they will surrender to Krishna. Impious people, they will have another way. Okay. So most important thing in the slide is pious people. Okay. The piety is required. When we are pious and we have any of these things, then we'll surrender to Krishna. Okay. And Krishna is also saying that who is best among those four people who surrender to Krishna. Krishna says, Tesham jnani nitya yukta eka bhaktir vishishyate priyayo hi jnanino atyartham aham sacha mama priyaha. Of these, the one who is in full knowledge. So Krishna is talking about the person who is knowledge. That is the knowledgeable person, the fourth part, Jnani. And plus, Jnani plus, who is always engaged in pure devotional service is best. Who is the best among all four people? Who is the best of all the men? Krishna says a person who is Jnani plus who is always engaged in pure devotional service. A person is Jnani and who is engaged in devotional service, that man is best. A person who is Jnani, so who is best among the men? A person who is Jnani and engaged in the devotional service, that is the best. Okay. For I am very dear to him and he is very dear to me. That person is very dear to me. Jnani, a person who has Jnana, that who am I, who is the Lord, and he engaged in devotional service. So ultimately Krishna is saying who is best? A person who is doing the devotional service is the best. Okay. A person who finally surrendered to Krishna is best. That is what Krishna is saying. Jnani plus devotee is best. Okay. But it is not easy. Okay. I told you Jnana Varga, that path of Jnana Yoga is like a ladder. It will take many birth to cross that ladder and ultimately go into the bhakti. Okay. That's why Krishna is saying, Bahunam Janmanam Ante. Bahunam, many, thousands life. Okay. Bahunam, Janma and Janmanam Ante means Janma and death. Bahunam Janmanam Ante. Jnanavan Mam Prapaddante. Prapaddate means surrender. Jnanavan Mam Prapaddate. So a person who is Jnani will surrender to me. When? Bahunam Janmanam Ante. After taking many birth and death, birth and death, because it is ladder. Okay. After taking many birth and death, the person who is in Jnana will surrender to me. Okay. So he says, Bahunam Janmanam Ante, Jnanavan Mam Prapaddate. Vasudeva Sarvam Miti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. That Mahatma is very durlabha, who will surrender to me. After many births and deaths, he who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes, and that is all that is. Such a great soul is very rare. So here it is important. after taking many, many births, and that the one who is actually in knowledge surrender to me. So it takes many, many births to the Jnani to surrender, to become a Bhakti Yogi. A Jnani Yogi will take many, many births to become a Bhakti Yogi. That's why this is called a ladder. Okay. Elevator is Bhakti. Bhakti Yoga is elevator. Okay. The last part, the demigods, how Krishna facilitates the demigod worship. Okay. So many demigods are there. Krishna is there. So many demigods are there. Krishna is giving different departments to them. They are working under Krishna. They are serving Krishna. But when a person try to surrender to demigods, not Krishna, how Krishna helps that person? Let's see. Krishna says, why does everyone take shelter of Krishna? So this is a question. Why does everyone take shelter of Krishna? Due to material desires. When we have a strong material desire, we take shelter of the demigods who is in charge of that department. Intelligence is lost. Our intelligence would tell us that spiritual things are best. But our intelligence is saying, no, the material desires are best. No spiritual desire, no spiritual desire, no spiritual desire. So our intelligence is lost. That is called intelligence is misled only in the material things. Then intelligence is lost and they look for quick result. Why we worship the demigods, not Krishna? Because of our material desires, our intelligence is lost, and they took quick results. That's why everyone don't take shelter of Krishna. But when a person takes shelter of demigods, how Krishna helps that person? How Lord facilitates demigod worship? Krishna says 7.21, I am in everyone's heart as super soul. Soul is there and super soul is there. So super soul will be continuously sending messages to the soul. You should do this, you should do that. But super soul will be every time will be doing other things only. Okay. See how it works. When we desire something very about Krishna, when we desire about Krishna, when we have a strong desire, Krishna, I want to serve you. I want to be in your lotus feet. Okay, I want to be in association of the devotee. When we have a strong desire, what Krishna is there? What Krishna is going to do? Krishna is not blind. Krishna is not dumb and deaf. Krishna can hear everything. Krishna can see everything. Okay, when we have a strong desire, Krishna is there in our heart. Krishna with the soul, he is very close to the soul. Super soul is very close to the soul. He is hearing everything. He is thinking whatever we are thinking, he is hearing. He is able to see everything. Okay. And when we have the strong desire, Krishna gives motivation of that kind. Okay. Krishna makes situation favorable. Krishna gives motivation of that kind. And when we follow, when we have a strong desires and when we follow the instruction which is given by our chitta, our intelligence, our the super soul, then we are in the path of devotion. So strong desire is must. Krishna, I want your lotus feet. I want your pure devotional service. That strong desire should be there. And when we have a strong desire, we'll see everything is working in our way. How? Because Krishna is listening inside us. Krishna is seeing everything. Okay. So whatever desires we have, Krishna try to fulfill those desires based on our karma, based on what we have done. Okay. So when we desire Krishna only, Krishna will help. But our strong desire is must. When we have a strong desire, Krishna is listening and Krishna will make everything, okay, in your way. Krishna will give you instruction from inside and Krishna will make outside things favorable so that you can practice. Okay. Strong desire is must. Okay. We have to choose whether we want Maya or we want Krishna. We want Krishna, make your desires for Krishna very strong. Krishna will help you. If you want Maya, already the strong desires are there about Maya and we are seeing what is happening. Okay. So thing is like that. So how Lord is facilitating demigod worship. See, I am in everyone's heart as a super soul. Krishna is there very close to us in the super soul, as a super soul in our heart. As soon as one desire to worship some demigod, I make his faith steady so that he can devote himself to that particular deity. Okay. So if a person wants to worship a demigod, what Krishna is doing? Krishna is making his faith steady, determined faith, so that he can worship that demigod. If you have faith to surrender to Krishna, Krishna will make our faith also steady. We have to, the strong desires should be there to understand, to surrender to Krishna. Krishna will help you out. Okay, that is the thing. So how Krishna is facilitating the demigod worship? Krishna is making the faith steady. And one more thing he is doing. What he is doing? Endowed with such a faith, he endeavors to worship a particular demigod and obtains his desire. So with that faith, he will worship the demigods and his desires will be fulfilled. But there is but, Krishna is saying, but this but is very important. He's saying, but in actuality, these benefits are bestowed by me alone. I am giving the benefits. Who is giving? So you are worshipping a demigod and you are getting the benefits from the demigod. Who is actually giving the benefits? That benefit is actually coming from me. Okay. So Krishna says, how Krishna facilitate demigod worship? Two things are there. One is called instilling the faith in that person for the worship the demigod, and he is empowering the demigod to give the benediction. So actually the benediction are coming from Krishna only. Okay. So why not directly surrender to Krishna? Okay. 7.25, I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. I do not manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them, I am covered by my eternal potency, that is Maya, and therefore they do not know me as unborn and infallible. Okay. My true nature, they cannot understand. They may think that he is a normal person because of the Maya. Okay. So I'm never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent people. Krishna doesn't manifest to them. Okay. 7.26, O Arjuna, as Supreme Personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past and all that is happening in the present and all things that is yet to happen. I also know all living entities, but no one knows me. Okay. So question is, why doesn't everyone take shelter of Krishna? Because of ignorance and delusion. Okay. What is the understanding of pure devotee then? Pure devotee, how they understand? Sloka little bit complex, 7.30. This. It says, those in full consciousness of me, who know me, the Supreme Lord, to be the governing principle of the material manifestation of the demigod, of all the methods of sacrifice, can understand and know me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even at the time of death. Little bit complicated. So many knowledge is there. Okay. Arjuna also got a little bit confused and he's asking many questions based on this sloka. That's why this is the last sloka of 7th chapter. And Arjuna will be asking many questions based on this sloka in the 8th chapter, and 8th chapter will start from that. Okay. So that is the thing. Many things are there. How we can know Krishna as the supreme person, governing principle of the material manifestation of the demigods, methods of sacrifices, understanding Krishna at the time of death. Many things are there, which Arjuna will ask in next chapter. The starting, Arjuna will ask question and Krishna will start explaining those concepts. So very nice. 8th chapter is very nice. Okay. From delusion to devotional services. Okay. So one slide is left. So we'll go to that slide and we'll understand that slide. This slide was left. Okay. So what is this slide? This slide has many examples. So 4 people who will surrender to Krishna. To understand that, we have this slide. Okay. Who are the 4 people who surrender to Krishna? These are the 4 people. Artha means in distress. Artha means the desire of wealth. Jigyasu means the curious. And Jnani means the one who is in the search of knowledge. So I'll tell you the short story. You have to tell me which category this person is fitting. Okay. Which category the person is fitting. So let's see. First is the Gajendra Maharaj. Okay. So this is the Gajendra Moksha Leela. Gajendra Maharaj. He was a very pious person in the past life. But one Rishi Muni has got one shrap from a curse. He got cursed from a Rishi Muni that he will become like a dull like elephant. He was very dull at that time. So he was cursed like he will become dull in the elephant form of life. He will become. So next life he become elephant. He was a very powerful elephant. He was king of the elephant. Okay. And one day he went to the drinking water and he put his leg inside the water, but there was a crocodile inside the water, and crocodile like he cast he hold the, you can see the picture, he's holding the limb of the leg of the elephant, and there was a fight between the elephant and the crocodile. Okay. And it went for many years. Elephant was very powerful, but inside the water, elephant is not that much powerful than the crocodile. Okay. Many years. He was in full distress. He was in full pain. And then he remembered his past life when he was a devotee of Lord, and he started praying. Some people may say, how can an elephant pray? Okay, this is like a bluff. Okay. We have seen many dogs, they're trained. Okay, I was seeing a video where Radheshyam Prabhu was showing one video where a person has trained the elephant, a dog, like he will say 3 plus 2, the dog will bark like 5 times. Bah, 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 like that. If you say 3 plus 1, the dog will bark 4 times. If you say like 5 plus 4, the dog will bark like 9 times. If we say like 3 plus 2, the dog will like 5 times, like that. So dog will calculate and bark at that type, that count he will bark. Okay, how can elephant calculate? It is like very mystery. Okay, maybe Radheshyam Prabhu says maybe he was a mathematician in previous life, and maybe he has done something wrong. That's why he has the body of a dog. Okay, every dog cannot be trained like that. How can so many dogs are there? Can we train every dog like that? No, we cannot train. But some dogs, they may be mathematician in the last life. They're trained like that. Like that Radheshyam Prabhu told. Okay, so it is like how can a dog calculate? Just like that, he can remember his previous life. Okay, this elephant can remember his previous life and he started praying. How can he remember prayers? Okay, so like that. So when he was praying, immediately Lord came. Next moment he started praying. Next moment Lord came. You can see Lord is coming. And when we saw the Lord, Gajendra saw the Lord, he plucked one flower and he was in full pain. Still, he plucked one flower and offered to the Supreme Lord. Okay. And the Supreme Lord killed the crocodile and he was relieved. Okay, like that. So this is the story. So can you tell me, out of these 4, which example this story fits in? Arth, Arthati, Jigyasu, Gyani. In the chat box, answers. Quickly, you have to cover a few more examples. In which category it is fitting? Okay, answer is distressed or artha. Okay, correct answer is that. Next example. This is the example of, you know that example? This is Draupadi, Shidharan. I'm not going to tell you the story. Can you tell me the answer? Which example? Arth, Artharthi, Gyani, Jigyasu. Arth, Artharthi, Gyani, Jigyasu. Okay, correct answer, Artha. Next, this is the example of, this is Vyasdev wife, and inside the womb there is Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami, the great reciter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, this is Lord Sri Krishna. Why Lord Sri Krishna is here? Because Sukadeva Goswami is not coming out of the womb. Years and years has happened, he is not coming out of womb. Why? He knows that when I will come out, there is Maya outside. And with the Maya, I will be like, I won't be able to remember Krishna. Okay. So Maya will be keeping, Maya will keep me in illusion. Okay. I won't be able to remember Krishna. Okay. So he was not coming out like that. So then Lord Sri Krishna himself came. Your presence in this material world is very important. You come. Okay. The Srimad Bhagavatam is going to come from you and you should come out. And I'm guaranteeing you that Maya won't be able to touch you. Okay. That is the way Krishna himself came and gave these words to Sukadeva Goswami, and then Sukadeva Goswami took birth. Okay. Which example? Which example? Arth, Artharthi, Gyani, Jigyasu. Answers. Which example? Yes. Answer is 4th, Gyani. Okay. This example we see. This is Sukadeva Goswami again. He is reciting Srimad Bhagavatam. This is Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj, already you know the story. Parikshit Maharaj is going to die in 7 days. Takshak is coming. He's going to come in 7 days. He's going to die. So there is conversation between Parikshit Maharaj and Sukadeva Goswami. Okay. So Sukadeva Goswami is asking what is the duty of a person who is going to die, and Parishit Maharaj is Sukadeva Goswami is giving the knowledge to that. Okay, so he's asking, Parishit Maharaj is asking, Sukadeva Goswami is giving the knowledge. So Sukadeva Goswami already you know the Jnani. So Parishit Maharaj, which example? Parishit Maharaj, which example? Jigyasu. Yes, Jigyasu, curious. Okay. Now, this story is Dhruva Maharaj. Okay. Dhruva Maharaj, this is Lord himself. Okay. So Dhruva Maharaj was a small child. Okay. And once he was playing, so Dhruva Maharaj was the son of the king. Okay. And king has two the queens. One queen was very dear, one queen was not that much dear. And Dhruva Maharaj was son of that queen, which was not dear. Okay. So once he was playing, and his younger child, who was born from the queen, which was very dear to king, he sat on the lap of the king. Okay. And Dhruva Maharaj also wanted to sat on the lap of the king. But immediately at the time, his stepmother came and she said, if you want to sit on the lap of your father, you should have been born with from my womb. You are not my son. That's why you are not eligible to sit on your lap of your father. Okay. If you want to sit, you have to take next birth from my womb. Then only you can sit. It hurt Dhruva Maharaj very much. Okay. He went to his mother. He asked, I want a greater kingdom than my father. I want a greater kingdom than my grandfather also. His father also. I want that. Grandfather means Brahmaji. I want a greater kingdom than Brahmaji also. That is a wish of Dhruva Maharaj. Okay. His mother, she tried to console Dhruva Maharaj, but he was not listening. He was too stuck. He was fixed. He was too much hurt. Okay. He wanted that, and he wanted deadly. He wanted deadly. Okay. I want this. Okay. Like that. His mother said, only Lord Vishnu can give you this bone. Okay. Only Lord Vishnu can give you. Okay. Where I can find Lord Vishnu? I have seen many people going to jungle and doing tapasya there, doing meditation there, and they're attaining Lord Vishnu. Immediately, Dhruva Maharaj left. He was so serious in that mood that a 6-year-old boy, he left his home. He was so serious. Okay. He left his home and he started doing the Ashtanga Yoga. Okay. Ashtanga Yoga, that was the time of Satyuga. And in the time of Satyuga, meditation, Ashtanga Yoga was the perfect method. Okay. So he started doing Ashtanga Yoga, and it's very nicely described in the Srimad Bhagavatam how he was doing the Ashtanga Yoga, how nicely he was doing, how dedicatedly he was doing the Ashtanga Yoga. And finally, Lord came in front of him. Okay. When he saw the Lord, okay, he told that I was searching for the stones. I was searching for a great kingdom, but these kingdoms are just like a stone in front of your devotion. Okay, I got you. I was searching for a kingdom greater than my grandfather. I was searching for a kingdom greater than Brahma, and I got you. So this kingdom is like the stones, the garbage thing, and you are like a diamond. So I was searching for the diamond, and while searching for the diamond, I was searching for the stones, and while searching for the stone, I got the diamond. He was telling the stones, he was comparing the stone to the great kingdoms. If we have small, like 1 crore, 2 crore rupees, we are very egoistic. Very egoistic. Okay. Dhruva Maharaj is comparing the whole kingdom, leave the whole kingdom, whole Brahmand to stones in front of the devotional service. That is the way when we hear this pastime from the great devotees, how they think when he is meeting the Lord, how things he is perceiving and how he is telling these things. We want so many material things. We go to demigod, we worship them. These are just like the stones, just like the stone, how the Dhruva Maharaj is saying. Okay, so Dhruva Maharaj wanted a kingdom greater than Lord Brahma, and he got Lord in that way. Okay, But Lord gave him the kingdom. That kingdom is called Dhruva Loka, and that is called the Vaikuntha of the material world. Okay, when we'll see this when we see the Goloka chart. Okay, where is the Vaikuntha? So now where is the Vaikuntha? Where is the Dhruva Loka? So Dhruva Loka is the Vaikuntha plant, the spiritual plant in the material world, and Dhruva Maharaj got the Dhruva Loka. Okay, so that was the thing. So what do you think? Which type of example? Earth, Artharthi, Jnani, Jigyasu answers in the chat box. Correct answer is second one, Artharthi. Okay, desire of wealth. This example, Lord Sri Ramchandra, Lakshmanji. This is Sugriv. Okay, Sugriv is in pain because his brother has taken his wife, his kingdom, everything. He wants that. Okay, so he's having handshake with Lord Sri Ramchandra. Lord Sri Ramchandra help him to get the kingdom back. Which example? Which example? Okay, distress is also correct. Artharthi is also correct. Okay. Now, the last example is the sage of Naimisaranya. Okay, when Kali Yuga is going to come, sages, they assemble in one place. Okay, and that place is Naimisaranya. Okay, and the sages, head of the sages was Rishi Shaunak. You have heard the name Rishi Shaunak? You have heard the name anywhere? Can you tell me? Anyone who has heard the name of Rishi Shaunak? Not in that way, some other way. Getting very famous like few days back. Okay. Britain PM. Yes. So that name comes from this name. Okay. Rishi Shaunak. Okay. So the sages of Naimisaranya was headed by the head of the sages of Naimisaranya was Rishi Shaunak. Okay. And they assembled in one place to discuss what is going to happen in Kali Yuga, how the Kali Yuga people can be protected. Okay. And there comes the Sut Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami, you know here. Sukadeva Goswami. And here the Sut Goswami is there. Sut Goswami has actually heard the Srimad Bhagavatam when Sukadeva Goswami was giving this Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj. Sut Goswami was also sitting here and listening. You can see here Naradji. Sut Goswami is also here. Okay. And then Sut Goswami is giving this knowledge to all the sages of Naimisaranya. Okay. So Naimisaranya sages. What example is this? Curious, more appropriate will be Jnani. Okay, Jnani. Okay, so these are the examples of these four things: Earth, Artharthi, Jnani, Jigyasu. But most important is the piousness. Piousness. Okay, all of them are pious. Okay, like that. So with this, within our session, we'll first summarize the chapters, what we have learned. So we started with hearing from him. What is the importance of hearing from him? Takshinu, Shabda Praman. Okay. Perfect source, bona fide source is Krishna. So when we hear from him, that thing can be authoritative. Everywhere, how we can see him everywhere. Krishna is the source of material energy. Krishna is the source of spiritual energy. Material energy comprises of 8 things: earth, water, fire, air, ether, God, mind, intelligence, and false ego. Okay. So actually everything is made of Krishna's energy. That's why we can see him everywhere. Accept or reject. 4 types of people accept Krishna are Earth, Artharthi, Jnani, Jigyasu, pious people. 4 types of people who reject Krishna. Rejecting Krishna, Mudha, Naradama, okay, Maya ya Preta Jnana, and Ashrim Bhava Ashita. Mudha means foolish people. Naradama means lowest among the mankind. Intellectual, misled intellectual of the society. And finally, the Asurim Bhava Ashita, demoniac kind people. Okay. So these are the 4 types of people who reject Krishna. Demigod worshippers, how Krishna facilitate demigods worship? He instilled the faith in the person's heart and he bestow he bestow the benefit from the demigod, through the demigod to that person. So he empowers the demigod to give the benediction. So he empowers the demigod, he instills the faith. So both way he is working. Okay. With this, I'll unmute every person to chant with me once. Okay. Then we'll have question answer session. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna.
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna.
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Ram.
Okay. Yes, your questions. So whatever questions you have, you can put
Okay,
in the chat
Prabhuji,
box.
thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Good night. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
See you tomorrow.
Okay. Yes. So any questions? No questions is being asked in this the batch. People are very less asking the question. I encourage persons to ask question, people to ask question. Okay, when you ask question, many important points come out. Okay, that we miss when we don't ask. Okay.
Yes, I cannot see any question till yet, Prabhuji. Let's wait if anyone is typing.
Yes, ma'am.
Abhishek Pandey Prabhuji is just writing that Hare Krishna very beautifully explained.
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
And Santosh Prabhuji is asking why cows is considered holy. Maybe this is not related, but then this is the question from him.
Why cows are considered holy? Maybe this is not related because cows is like mother. Okay, when we drink we are not authorized to take cow's milk when we don't consider him as mother, her mother. Okay, so we worship the cow as mother. We consider ourselves as the son of the cow, and we nourish ourselves with the milk. Okay, so we consider cow as mother, then we take the milk, then we like we consider her as mother. Okay, that's why we take her milk. So milk is like liquid amrit. Okay, this is called liquid amrit. Milk is called liquid amrit in this modern world. Okay, very important. Milk is very important. And when we have mutual relationship with the cow, okay, like mother and son, then we can take the cow's milk. Okay, so that's why the cows is considered as mother, because they nourish us. Okay.
Yes, Swati Mataji is writing that if we can have request for all this YouTube recording of all the chapters so that the missed classes can be watched later. That way.
Okay, okay. I'll make. Okay, any question till that time? We'll take the questions.
No more questions, Prabhuji. This one question is that do we have sessions in Hindi? So yes, we do have Hindi batches also. We
Yes,
have.
we have in this section.
Yes. So there's one this clarificatory Prajna Mataji is asking that when Lord has made everyone, then there are few people who don't believe in him. So that's why this is so. Why?
Because Lord has given us free will. Okay. So he has given us free will. So every person, if you see, they have free will. So according to the free will, they can go to Krishna or they can be away from Krishna. Just like the three doers concept, if you remember, we can only have, the thing is desires. Okay? We can only desire. If we don't desire to come towards Krishna, then what Krishna is going to do? Krishna doesn't interfere with our desires. Okay. Krishna doesn't interfere. So whatever desires we have, according to that, we get the result. Okay? So if we desire to go to, so that is the only thing we can do, is the desire. Okay. Whether you want to come towards Krishna or go away from. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji, that's it. No more question for the day, it seems.
Okay, Mataji, I'll just, I'm making this, I'll share the playlist link today. Okay, I have already made, I'll update the YouTube link in the chat box. So this is the playlist link. I'll update the video, all videos here. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Prabhuji. It will be
Okay,
helpful.
Mataji, you can copy the playlist link and put in the group. Okay, Mataji. WhatsApp group. Is it possible that we recollect previous birth devotional service? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Okay. Arjuna was not able to remember. Okay, that's what we have seen. Okay. Devotional service, previous birth devotional service. But we start from where we have left. Krishna doesn't forget. We may forget, but we start from where, the place where we have left. Okay. Like if you're coming to these classes, it won't happen suddenly. Any person is coming to the class and he started hearing and he become devotee of Krishna. No. Previous karmas are there. Previous devotional service, previous life devotional service is there. That's why when you are hearing first time, you are becoming, oh, how nice these are. We should dedicate our life for the devotional service. Okay. So that realization is there. Okay. How this realization comes? Because of the previous life karma. Okay. So that is the thing. We don't remember, but Krishna remembers. Okay. Okay. So with this, we'll end the session. We'll see how few days I will be out. I won't be able to take class. I think 1 or 2 days. So I'll update in the group. Okay. Mataji will be taking class, no problem in those days. Okay. So with this, I'll end the session. I'll unmute every person.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Akash Prabhu, Nidhi Mataji,
Krishna.
Preet.
Thank you,
Preet,
Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Prabhuji. Thank you for your tireless service, Prabhuji, batch after batch.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Thank you very much, devotees. Okay. I want questions from your side. Please ask question in the next classes. Okay.
Sir, Prabhuji,
Yeah.
I have one question.
Yes,
Do
Prajna
we
Mataji.
really believe that what we have done in previous Jalma, we repay that in this Jalma?
Yes, we repay. It is not like anything is happening suddenly. Okay. Everything happens for a reason. Okay. Even if you read anywhere, you read science, for every effect there will be cause. Okay. How can this will, you are suffering so much and it doesn't have any cause. Okay. And it is said by Lord Shri Krishna. Many times it is said, Shastra describes that, and nowhere it is like whatever things are written in Shastra, nowhere you cannot ignore those things. Okay, you cannot ignore those things that it is incorrect. You cannot prove that it is incorrect also. Okay.
Yeah, but
So-
Prabhuji, what happens? You feel bad, and then I don't think so. With that, we do good karma. You feel bad that we are just repaying the last Jalma, and then you lose faith over God. See what
Why we
happens?
lose faith? See,
Because so much kashta is coming.
this is our karma only. Why we should we are taking Lord inside? Okay, we have done certain wrong thing. If a thief is doing wrong thing and judge is giving the punishment. Why the judge is being punished? Why the judge is from where the judge come in the center? You have the thief has done wrong thing. He is getting punishment. If he is getting punishment, why should he blame the judge that you are giving us punishment? No, you have done wrong thing. That's why you are getting punishment. Yes. So
Yeah,
this
but
is
then
our
how
point
much
of view.
punishment, how much we have to repay this Jalma?
How much
We don't
punishment?
know.
That is not our thinking, the Mataji. What we have done, we get the punishment according to that. Okay. Daily we are doing some wrong things. So there is piles of if you see that so many births we have passed, and we have piles of sinful karma is there. Piles like a hill. Okay, like a hill. And how many we are able to those karma repay in this human form of life? Very less. Okay, that's why we have many animal life, suffering lives, so that we can suffer those karma and we can finish those karma. Okay, like that. So animal life we have, for suffering we have animal lives also. Okay, so piles like hills of we have made. How many sinful activity we have done till now in human form of life? Tell me in like 10 days. If you remember 10 days, how many sinful activity you have done? Many sinful activity we have done, knowingly, unknowingly, many things we have done. Okay. So many sinful activity we do. We don't realize that we are doing the sinful activity because we think that it is not sinful. Okay. The piles of piles, like hills of sinful activities are there. So many births we have passed, so many births we have taken away from Krishna we are. And we are thinking that how many days it will take to finish those. It is very difficult to finish unless and until we surrender to Krishna. Okay. Yes. I hope it answers your question, Mataji. Rajni Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji, yes.
Okay. So many sinful activity we have done. Unless and until we surrender to Lord, it is very difficult to finish all the sinful activity. Like this is now it is Purushottam month is going on, and in Purushottam month we recite Chaurashtakam. Krishna is the greatest of all chor, or the thieves, and the line says Anek Janma Arjita Papa Chauram, means Anek Janma Arjita Papa Chauram. Since many life, Anek Janma, we have accumulated Papa, so many Papa, like hills of Papa are there, and Krishna will steal those Papa. Okay, Anek Janma Arjita Papa Chauram. Okay, so all the Papa which we have accumulated from many life, Krishna will take away. Krishna will steal those Papa from us. That's why he's the greatest thief. Okay, and we worship that greatest thief. That stealing quality we worship because he steals away all our Papa. Okay, and in return, what punishment we give to Krishna? We keep Krishna in our heart. Okay, like a karagar, like a prison house. We keep Krishna inside us. Okay, that is the punishment we give. So how the devotee perceive it. Okay, very nice. Chaurashtakam, if you read the Chaurashtakam and meaning, okay, very nicely describes how nice thief Krishna is and what things he is stealing from us. Okay? So with this, I'll recommend you to read Chaurashtakam in the Chaturmasya and this Purushottam month. Okay. Okay, with this, we'll end the session. Okay. And I hope it answers, Mataji. And Krishna is the greatest thief. He will steal all our Papa. Okay, you have to surrender to Krishna and keep Krishna in your heart, inside your heart. Okay, like a thief. He's a thief. You should keep Krishna inside the prison house of your heart. Okay, that punishment you should give to Krishna. Yes.
Thank you, Prabhuji. A great answer.
Okay, Mataji, thank you very much. Okay, so with this, Hare Krishna devotees, okay, we'll meet again. Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Vanchakalpatarubhasya kripa